5 numbers house that will keep you from getting rich. Move out as soon as you can. Have you ever thought that the number on your house could be quietly draining your wealth and peace of mind? It may sound strange at first, just a number, right? A few digits on your front door couldn't possibly shape your destiny. Or could they? What if I told you that the number on your house might be the invisible force behind your financial struggles, career setbacks, or even recurring family tensions? Numbers are not just random figures we assign to buildings. In the world of energy and vibrations, every number resonates with its own unique frequency. Some numbers radiate abundance and growth, while others subtly invite chaos, hardship, and stagnation into your life. Your home is more than just a place to sleep. It's where your energy resets, where dreams are nurtured, and where the seeds of wealth, love, and health are planted. But when the number on your front door carries negative energy, it's like watering those seeds with poison. Progress becomes slow and painful. Opportunities slip through your fingers. And no matter how hard you work, life seems just a little harder than it should be. So ask yourself, have you been working hard but still feel financially stuck? Do you constantly face unexpected bills, delayed promotions, or health setbacks? Does your home feel heavy, chaotic, or restless, no matter how much you clean or organize? If you answered yes to any of these questions, the number on your house might be the hidden culprit. But don't worry, in this video, I will reveal 5 house numbers that are considered the most financially draining, and how they might be subtly blocking your path to abundance. More importantly, I'll show you what you can do about it, even if you can't move right away. Before we dive in, take a moment and declare your intention for a wealthier, more peaceful home in the comments. Write something simple like, "I am a magnet for wealth and abundance." Your words have power, and this is your first step toward real change. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss out on these powerful insights about Feng Shui energy and how to design a life of prosperity from the inside out. In Feng Shui and Numerology, each number resonates with a unique frequency. Some numbers attract prosperity, harmony, and health, while others can bring chaos, stagnation, and financial decline. Your home is where you rejuvenate your energy, nurture your dreams, and create the right conditions for wealth, love, and health to flourish. However, when the number of your house carries negative energy, it can sabotage all of this, making progress feel incredibly difficult. Here are 5 house numbers that might be quietly draining your wealth and peace of mind. Let's begin by exploring the first one, house number 5. House number 5, the silent energy blocker. House number 5 might seem like just another number, right? It's right in the middle, neither too big nor too small. We often associate it with freedom, curiosity, and adventure, a number that promises movement, change, and excitement. It sounds harmless, even positive. But in the world of Feng Shui, number 5 is a trickster. It hides an invisible weight that, over time, can pull the energy of your home into a slow, almost imperceptible decline. It's not the kind of energy that screams danger. No, number 5 is a quiet saboteur. It doesn't hit you over the head with sudden calamity, but it slowly builds a barrier to progress, almost as if you're stuck in a cycle that never seems to break. You know the feeling when you keep running but somehow never move forward. Opportunities arise, but just as quickly, they slip away, leaving you chasing after something that always seems just out of reach. I've seen it before. A couple I know lived in a house numbered 23. They were hard-working, driven people, but no matter how much effort they put into their careers and relationships, they always found themselves stuck. One month, everything would be fine, and the next, they'd be scrambling to cover unexpected bills. Promotions at work? Always just out of reach. The tension in their home was palpable. Conversations often turned into arguments. No matter how much they cleaned, organized, or rearranged the furniture, their home always felt heavy, disjointed, like something wasn't quite right. Eventually, they decided to move, though it wasn't an easy decision. And when they moved to a new home, things started to change. The tension began to lift. Their careers found solid ground. Finances stabilized. They felt like they were breathing again, like they could finally take a step forward without feeling like their feet were glued to the ground. Looking back, they realized that the energy of their old home, marked by number 23, had subtly been draining their progress. Number 5 had quietly held them back, creating an invisible wall they couldn't see until they left. It's not your fault if you're in a similar situation. Sometimes we don't notice how much the energy of a space can affect us. But once you're aware, it's time to act. If you're living in a house with number 5 or any numbers that reduce to 5, like 14, 23, or 32, take note. You're not stuck forever, but you need to recognize that the energy around you may be resisting change, growth, and stability. If you're unable to move just yet, there are still steps you can take to shift the energy. Change your environment. Rearrange the furniture. Place calming elements like plants or crystals in key areas of the home. Declutter the space. The act of decluttering not only creates a cleaner physical environment, but also clears out stagnant energy. Feng Shui isn't about magic, it's about setting the stage for your energy to flow freely and uninterrupted. And don't forget, sometimes a shift in perspective is all it takes. Start by acknowledging that your circumstances can improve, no matter how long they've felt stagnant. The next house number we will explore is house number 7, the instability magnet. Now, let's talk about another number that carries its own brand of chaos. The number 7. At first glance, number May 7th seem like a good omen. It's connected with wisdom, introspection, and spiritual awakening. It's often revered in various cultures as a number of deep insight and enlightenment. And that's where it gets tricky. What many don't realize is that in Feng Shui, the energy of number 7 can be unsettling, unpredictable, and, at times, downright destabilizing. The energy of number 7 doesn't scream chaos. Instead, it seeps in quietly, almost unnoticed. It creates an atmosphere where things feel off. It's the kind of energy that makes you feel like you're constantly searching for something, but you're not sure what it is. It's like being in a fog. Even though you try to organize, clean, and reset the space, there's still a weight in the air that you can't quite shake off. I've had a friend who lived in a house marked with number 25. He was always an anxious person, but after moving into that house, his anxiety levels shot up. No matter what he did, he couldn't focus. He'd find himself exhausted all the time, as if he couldn't get enough rest. It wasn't just the fatigue, it was a strange sense of being watched or followed by something unseen. The lights in his house flickered for no reason. He heard faint noises in the middle of the night. It wasn't that the house was haunted, it was just that the energy there was unstable, chaotic. Financially, he was struggling too. He had good opportunities that came his way, but somehow, they always fell apart just before he could seize them. It was as if the energy around him was pulling him back, keeping him from ever reaching his full potential. His relationships also started to feel tense. There was constant miscommunication and misunderstanding. Conversations were draining, leaving him mentally exhausted. The harmony in his home was fading. One day, after years of this, he finally moved. And the change was immediate. The fog lifted. His focus returned. He started making better decisions in his career and felt more aligned with his goals. His relationships became more balanced. Even his physical energy improved. It wasn't just the house. It was the number 25, the energy it held, that had been holding him back. So what do you do if you're living in a home with number 7? Or a number that reduces to 7, like 16, 25, or 43? First, recognize that the energy of your space is affecting you, even if it's hard to put your finger on it. If you're feeling off balance, mentally scattered, or emotionally drained, it's not just in your head. The energy of the space is contributing to that feeling of instability. Again, you don't need to move immediately to make a change. There are remedies. You can introduce elements that ground the energy of the space. Earth tones, like browns and yellows, are ideal for counteracting the instability of number 7. Crystals, especially grounding stones like hematite or black tourmaline, can help anchor the energy in the home. A water feature, like a small fountain, can also help balance the energy, as water represents the flow and harmony that number 7 tends to disrupt. Be mindful of how your space feels. If you constantly feel off balance or restless, take steps to clear the energy. It's about restoring harmony and giving your mind and body the peace they need to thrive. Don't let the unseen forces control you, take charge of the space you live in, and the energy will follow. Followed by house number 30 as the third number, house number 30, the chaos cycle. At first glance, house number 30 doesn't seem like much. It's a simple number, ordinary even. But trust me when I say this, it hides a whirlwind of chaos. It's not like the kind of calamity that strikes you with a thunderclap. No, this one is much sneakier. It creates a constant, subtle instability that takes a toll over time, making your life feel like it's in a constant state of disarray. You're always caught in the storm. And yet, you never quite realize when you entered it. Imagine living in a house with number 30. On the surface, everything seems fine. Then, out of nowhere, a financial crisis hits. Or maybe you lose your job. A surprise expense, something small but overwhelming, turns your day upside down. You get a brief moment of stability, and just when you think you're in the clear, another crisis emerges. It's like the universe is throwing curveballs at you, one after another. It's exhausting, both emotionally and mentally. And it's not just the external chaos. No, it's worse than that. It's the feeling of never being able to catch your breath. No matter how hard you try, you're always a step behind. You keep playing catch up, but you're never truly ahead. It's as if your life has become a series of endless, repetitive loops. The same struggles appear, wearing different faces. Financial troubles. Family issues. Work problems. You think you've solved one problem, and suddenly, another one pops up. I remember one client who lived in a house marked by the number 30 for several years. She came to me looking for answers, as if something intangible was draining her energy. She described her life as one crisis after another. Bills came in unexpected waves. Family arguments became a norm. She lost a job. Then found a new one, only to see that job slip away. It was like she was stuck in this never-ending cycle of disappointment. Everything felt chaotic, out of her control. One day, she made the decision to move. And that's when the shift happened. It wasn't immediate, but she started feeling lighter. The financial pressures loosened their grip. Her work became more focused, less chaotic. The stress started to melt away. She began noticing that her thoughts were clearer, more organized. The endless cycle of misfortune that haunted her for so long? It broke. The energy of her old home had been feeding into her emotional and financial chaos. This is the reality of living in a house with number 30. It doesn't throw disasters at you all at once. It's the subtle and constant drip of instability, the feeling that no matter how much you try to stabilize your life, you're always just a little off balance. It feels like an invisible force that keeps pulling you back into chaos. What can you do if you're living in a house like this? First, take a deep breath and realize that the energy of your home is feeding into this chaos. You may not see it, but it's there, pulling you into that cycle. So, what can you do to break free from this? Start with the space. Declutter. Yes, it sounds simple, but it's important. A cluttered home leads to a cluttered mind, and we need clear, open spaces to invite in new energy. Rearrange your furniture, especially in the areas that feel heavy or stagnant. Clear the corners, the spaces where energy tends to get stuck. Bring in elements that bring calm and stability. Like plants or soft lighting, anything that feels grounding. And, most importantly, shift your mindset. You need to make a conscious decision to break free from the cycle. Start small. Set goals, not just for your career or finances, but for your emotional and mental well-being. Embrace a positive outlook, and begin with one small, achievable change. When you break free of the chaos in your environment, you'll see how much more control you can take over your life. Then house number 27, the spiritual gateway. House number 27 holds the energy of a spiritual gateway, a portal that opens not just to your home, but to other realms of energy. But let me tell you, this is no peaceful gateway. It's a doorway to forces that can be unsettling, draining, and difficult to control. It's like stepping into a place where things aren't quite as they seem. There's an energy in these homes that can stir things up, creating an atmosphere where you never truly feel at peace. Living in a house with number 27 can often feel like you're walking in a fog. There are strange occurrences, flickering lights, sudden chills, or that unsettling feeling of being watched. No, you're not crazy. But something is off, and it's not just your imagination. These phenomena don't always indicate something malicious. In fact, they're often subtle, but they can easily make you feel like you're never really settled. It's as if there's something lingering in the corners of the house, a presence, a weight, that you can't shake. These sensations become a constant undercurrent, making it hard to truly relax or find peace. Now, let's talk about finances. Number 27 doesn't just affect the spiritual atmosphere, it impacts the material world as well. Despite your hard work, things always seem to be at a standstill. You feel like you're pushing forward, but progress is always just out of reach. No matter how much effort you put into improving your financial situation, the results don't seem to match the energy you've invested. You make money, but it slips away just as quickly. Savings don't grow, and opportunities vanish the moment they seem promising. It's the kind of frustration that wears you down over time, leaving you questioning why things never seem to work out. I worked with a couple who had been living in a house marked by number 27 for years. They were great people, hard-working, kind-hearted, but they couldn't seem to get ahead. Their finances were a mess. Bills piled up without warning. Every time they thought they'd caught up, something else would come up to drain their resources. The stress in their marriage was palpable, too. Every conversation turned into a debate, and the tension in their home was overwhelming. They described the feeling as if something unseen was always there, hovering over them. They couldn't escape the sense that something was holding them back. They tried everything to make things work. They cleaned, they reorganized, they even tried different approaches to their finances, but the results were always the same. That's when they finally asked for help. We discussed the energy of their home, and after some reflection, it became clear, the energy of the number 27 was playing a big part in their struggles. It was affecting their emotions, their finances, and their overall well-being. The energy in that house was like an anchor, keeping them stuck in a cycle they couldn't break. So, they made the decision to move. And when they did, everything changed. It wasn't an immediate transformation, but they could feel it. The weight lifted. Their finances started to improve. Opportunities began to appear, ones they had been missing for so long. The tension between them eased, and for the first time in years, they felt truly at peace in their own home. The change wasn't just in the physical space, it was in the energy. Number 27 had been holding them back in ways they hadn't even realized until they left. If you're living in a house with number 27 or any number that reduces to 27, like 18 or 36, you might be experiencing some of the same things. The energy of these homes can feel heavy, like you're constantly fighting against an unseen force. You might feel like something is always just a little off, like there's a constant low hum of unease in the background. So, what can you do to change the energy? First, you need to recognize what's going on. Acknowledge that the energy in your home could be affecting you in ways you might not even fully understand. Once you've recognized this, you can start to take action. Begin by decluttering. Clearing physical space can help to clear emotional and energetic space as well. But don't stop there. Look at the items around you. If something feels off, get rid of it. Bring in elements that promote peace and grounding. Water features, like a small fountain, can help to balance energy. Soft lighting, plants, and natural elements like wood and stone can help to create a more harmonious atmosphere. But, perhaps most importantly, clear your mind. Meditation, or mindfulness practices can help you release the negative energy that's been lingering. Spend time sitting quietly, letting go of the stress that this house may have placed upon you. Visualize the house filling with light, warmth, and positive energy. When you create harmony in your space, you'll begin to feel that harmony in yourself as well. And the fifth house number is house number 16, the curse of conflict. House number 16 is a battlefield of opposing forces. The number 1 represents independence, bold action, and leadership, while number 6 represents nurturing, stability, and harmony. These two energies, when combined, don't exactly create balance. Instead, they create constant conflict. Number 16 is the perfect storm for tension, disagreement, and friction. The result? A house filled with perpetual discord. If you live in a house with number 16, you may constantly feel like you're fighting an uphill battle. The energy of number 16 creates an environment where small issues quickly escalate into full-blown arguments. It's like every conversation has the potential to spark a conflict. The atmosphere in the house feels thick, heavy, charged. No matter what you do, you can't seem to find a way to avoid these moments of tension. It's as though the house itself is contributing to the friction, amplifying the smallest disagreements, and turning them into major blow-ups. Emotionally, living in a house with number 16 can be exhausting. It wears you down. The constant tension doesn't allow for moments of peace. And it's not just the big arguments. It's the ongoing, low-level frustration that simmers beneath the surface. It's the feeling that something isn't quite right. And that underlying irritation never seems to go away. It's mentally draining, emotionally taxing, and it can slowly erode your sense of well-being. Financially, number 16 can feel like a curse. The tension in the house often spills over into your financial life. Even if you're working hard, it's like your efforts don't match the outcome. Your savings vanish without explanation. Opportunities come, but they're always out of reach. You can't seem to catch a break, and no matter how much you try, financial stability always seems like a distant dream. The constant stress in your home can make it harder to think clearly, harder to make the right decisions. I've seen this firsthand. A friend of mine lived in a house with number 16 for years. His life was full of constant financial stress and personal conflicts. Despite his hard work, his career never seemed to take off. It felt like every time he made progress, something would pull him back. His relationship with his family was strained, to say the least. Arguments were frequent, and the house always felt tense, like walking on eggshells. The energy in the home was almost suffocating, and it affected everything from his job to his personal happiness. Eventually, he reached out for help. We discussed the energy of his home, and it became clear that the number 16 was playing a significant role in his struggles. The house was constantly feeding into his stress and uncertainty. After much consideration, he decided to move. And when he did, everything started to change. It wasn't an instant fix, but he began to notice the differences immediately. His work improved. His financial situation stabilized. His relationship with his family became more peaceful. The energy of his new home was lighter, more welcoming, and for the first time in years, he felt like things were finally going in the right direction. If you're living in a house marked with number 16, you might be dealing with a similar situation. The energy of this number creates a constant atmosphere of conflict, and it can deeply affect your emotional and financial well-being. So, how do you break the cycle of conflict in your home? First, recognize the role that the energy of number 16 is playing in your life. You might not even realize how deeply it's affecting you, but once you acknowledge it, you can begin to make changes. Start with your environment. Declutter your home. A tidy space helps create a clearer mind. Next, bring in elements that promote harmony and calm. Soft lighting, soothing colors, and plants can all help shift the energy. Avoid sharp, angular objects or dark, heavy decorations, as they can amplify tension. Instead, choose rounded shapes, soft textures, and light, natural elements to help balance the energy. But the most important thing is to shift your mindset. You need to make a conscious effort to change the way you engage with your space, and the people in it. Focus on creating peace and calm in your interactions. Practice mindfulness or meditation to help clear the negative energy from your mind. Be patient with yourself and others. The more you work on cultivating a peaceful atmosphere in your home, the more you'll start to see that peace reflected in your life. So, we've just journeyed through the exploration of 5 house numbers that carry negative energy. Now, let's shift our focus and uncover the secret house numbers that could bring more positive energy to you and your family, creating a space filled with abundance and harmony. House number 8, 88ths, attracting wealth. When you think of the number 8, you can almost feel the energy of prosperity pouring in. Number 8 is more than just a number, it is a symbol of abundance, financial success, and stability. In many cultures, especially across Asia, the number 8 is seen as a magnet for good fortune. It's like a beacon of success, guiding you toward greater wealth and opportunities. In fact, when paired together as 88, it's considered a double blessing, double the fortune, double the luck. Living in a house with number 8 or 88 brings with it the promise of financial growth and stability. These numbers aren't just lucky, they have an undeniable power to shape your career and your financial situation in ways that are hard to ignore. With the number 8, it's not just about luck, it's about solid, sustained progress. Opportunities for advancement appear, and the path to success becomes clearer. In a home marked with number 8, you're not just waiting for prosperity to fall into your lap. The energy around you supports your hard work, pushing you towards achieving your goals and creating lasting financial security. When you live in a house with 8 or 88, it's like the universe is aligning with your ambition. You'll find that your career flourishes with a sense of stability. Promotions that were once out of reach seem to come your way effortlessly. Financial setbacks are less frequent, and if they do occur, they're easier to overcome. It's as if the universe is rewarding your efforts with the tools and opportunities you need to thrive. For example, I know of a couple who moved into a house with number 88. At first, they didn't think much about it, just a number, right? But soon after settling in, they noticed changes. Their business took off. Unexpected financial opportunities presented themselves. They began to attract the right clients, the right partners, and the right circumstances. What was once a small, struggling business turned into a thriving enterprise. It wasn't magic, it was the energy of number 88 working its way into their lives. If you're living in a home with number 8 or 88, you should recognize the powerful energy that surrounds you. It's a reminder that you can shape your financial destiny. Now, if you haven't already, you should embrace that energy. Make sure your space reflects your desire for success, clean and organized, with elements that symbolize abundance, like plants or gold, toned decorations. Every little detail in your home can amplify the prosperity that the number 8 brings. And don't just rely on the number itself, take action. Make bold financial decisions. Pursue that promotion, start that business, or invest in the opportunity that's been on your mind. With the energy of number 8 supporting you, there's nothing you can't accomplish. House number 9, perfection and longevity. House number 9 carries a completely different type of energy. It is about completeness, wholeness, and enduring stability. Number 9 is the highest single-digit number in numerology, and it represents the end of a cycle, a symbol of fulfillment, wisdom, and understanding. When you live in a house marked by number 9, it's like stepping into a sanctuary of peace, where everything in your life feels aligned with a greater purpose. It's a home that encourages stability, longevity, and the pursuit of a deeper meaning. Living in a house with number 9 isn't just about material success, it's about finding peace within yourself and fostering long-term relationships. This number brings balance to the household, offering a serene atmosphere where everyone can thrive emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Number 9 nurtures the completion of projects, and the resolution of lingering issues, helping you move forward with confidence. Imagine a family who moves into a home with the number 9. At first, they don't think much about the energy of the number. But soon after, things begin to change. Relationships within the family grow stronger. Conversations that once led to conflicts now turn into calm, productive discussions. This energy fosters patience and understanding, helping them work through disagreements in a peaceful manner. Their financial outlook improves, not necessarily because of a sudden windfall, but because their mindset and approach to money become wiser and more balanced. One couple I know moved into a house marked with number 9 after years of struggling with unresolved issues in their marriage. They'd been through therapy, tried to communicate better, but something was still missing. After moving into the new home, they noticed an immediate shift. It was as if the energy in the house encouraged them to understand each other more deeply. They began to heal past wounds, and for the first time in years, their relationship felt whole again. Financially, they also started making wiser decisions, finding more opportunities for growth and security. Number 9 is about living in harmony with your true self, and the people around you. It's a number that promotes lasting wisdom and understanding. If you're living in a home with number 9, take a moment to reflect on your life. This number invites you to think about your legacy, and the kind of relationships you want to nurture. It helps create a foundation for long-term peace, both internally and within your home. To truly harness the power of number 9 in your home, focus on creating an environment that promotes stability and serenity. Organize your space to reflect balance, bring in elements of nature, add calming colors, and create a space that feels timeless. This will help reinforce the energy of completion and growth. Number 9 is also about letting go of the past and embracing what's ahead with a calm, open heart. House number 3, creative energy. House number 3 is the number of creativity, self-expression, and playfulness. It's a number that vibrates with joy and fresh energy, inviting you to explore new beginnings, creative pursuits, and spontaneous action. If you live in a house marked with the number 3, you'll feel the vibrant energy of new ideas, excitement, and inspiration constantly circulating around you. This is a place where creativity doesn't just exist, it thrives, and it encourages you to unlock your own potential. The energy of number 3 can turn any space into a playground for creativity. It's the number that supports all kinds of artistic expression, whether you're a painter, a writer, a musician, or an entrepreneur. In this house, there are no limitations to what you can create. It's as if the walls themselves encourage you to explore, experiment, and take risks. You'll find new opportunities opening up, and the enthusiasm you feel is contagious. A friend of mine moved into a house with number 3 after years of feeling creatively blocked. He had always wanted to write a book, but he couldn't find the time or motivation. The moment he settled into his new space, something shifted. The ideas flowed freely, and within just a few months, he had written the first draft of his novel. It wasn't that the house magically made him a writer, it was the energy of the number 3 unlocking his creative potential, giving him the confidence to follow through with his dreams. Living in a house with number 3 is a reminder to embrace joy and spontaneity. This number encourages you to express yourself fully, and take on new projects that ignite your passion. Whether you're starting a new business, painting a masterpiece, or even redecorating your home, number 3 pushes you to bring new ideas into the world. It's a home that encourages you to be bold, take risks, and pursue your wildest dreams. If you're living in a house with number 3, don't hold back. Let your creativity run wild. Start the project you've been dreaming about. Don't be afraid to experiment, to try new things, and to follow the path less traveled. This is your time to embrace creativity and turn your visions into reality. The world is waiting for the unique ideas you're ready to share. House number 1, Leadership and New Beginnings. House number 1 is the ultimate symbol of independence, leadership, and new beginnings. It represents bold action, self-reliance, and the courage to start something fresh. If you live in a house marked with the number 1, you are surrounded by the energy of leadership, pioneering, and ambition. It's a home that inspires you to take charge of your life, make strong decisions, and create something entirely new from scratch. This number supports those who are ready to step into their full potential, and make their mark on the world. Number 1 is the number of trailblazers, those who are unafraid to take the road less traveled. Whether in your personal or professional life, number 1 empowers you to take the reins and move forward with confidence. You'll find yourself more decisive, more independent, and more motivated than ever to reach your goals. It's a home where new opportunities are embraced, and where you can feel the momentum of progress pushing you forward. For example, a woman I know had always dreamed of starting her own business, but was held back by fear and self-doubt. When she moved into a house with number 1, everything changed. The energy in the space encouraged her to take action. She started her business, took risks she had never imagined, and within a few years, it was thriving. Number 1 gave her the confidence to lead her life in the direction she had always desired. Living in a house with number 1 is a powerful experience. It's not about waiting for things to happen, it's about making them happen. This number gives you the strength to take bold steps, make big decisions, and chart your own course. If you've been hesitating to pursue your dreams, number 1 will push you to take that first step, and keep moving forward. It's a home that encourages you to break free from limitations, and take charge of your future. If you live in a house with number 1, this is your sign to take control of your destiny. Whether it's starting a new business, moving forward in your career, or embarking on a new adventure, the energy of number 1 will support you in taking that leap. You have everything you need within you to succeed. Now go and lead with confidence. We've completed our journey exploring house numbers with negative energy, and I hope the solutions I've shared will help you improve your living space if your home carries any of these numbers. More importantly, I've pointed out house numbers with positive energy, where you will feel a sense of peace in your mind, and it will seem as if luck and prosperity naturally come to you. Remember, creating a positive living space that attracts prosperous energy can transform your life in ways you never imagined. If this video has been valuable to you, don't forget to like and share it with your loved ones so they can improve their lives as well. Leave your thoughts in the comments, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, be sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss out on exciting videos about Feng Shui and energy. Wishing you a living space full of prosperity and peace.